Alright, Chapter 12, Automatic Welding, Filler Metal, and Additions. Welding Pipelines Related Facilities API Standard 1104. Alright, it's 2 pages off. Alright, automatic welding, filler metal additions, acceptable processes. Automatic welding shall be performed by using one or more of the following processes: submerged arc welding, gas metal arc welding, gas tungsten arc welding, flux core arc welding with or without external shielding, plasma arc welding. Procedure qualification. Before production, welding is started with a detailed procedure for the specification established with qualified to demonstrate that the welds are well suitable mechanical strength properties such as strength, ductility, and hardness. Soundness could be made with the procedure for the two-pipe length with a full joint with the nipple shall be joined with the following detail of the procedure. Specification and quality of the welds will be determined with both destructive and non-destructive testing to meet the requirements of 5, 6, and Section 9, respectively. These procedures for the adhere to accept when the change is specifically authorized by the company as provided in 12.5. 12.3 record. The details qualified procedure should be recorded with the record shall complete with the result of the procedure qualification testing form similar. Those shown in figure 1 and 2 should be used with the record shall be maintained as long as the procedure is in use. 12.4 production procedure specification general. Procedure specification shall include the information pertaining to the setting up of the maintaining proper operation equipment as specified in 12.4.2. 12.4.2 specific information. 12.4.2.1 process. The specific process combination process use shall be identified. 12.4.2.2 piping and fitting material. The material of the procedure applied with identified with the API spec 5L pipe is material to conform with the applicable acceptability ASTM specification may be grouped. Provided with the qualification test made with the material with the highest specified minimum yield strength in the group. 12.4.2.3 diameter. The range outside diameter over the which the procedures the applicable shall be identified. 12.4.2.4 the wall thickness of the group and the number of the sequence of the beads. Range of the wall thickness over the procedure applicable shall identify the range of the numbers of the beads required with the thickness for the machine required with each of the beads. 12.4.2.5 joint design. Specifications shall include the sketches of the joint showing the type of the joint, V or U, angle of the bevel, side of the root face or root opening, if in the backup is U, the type of the shall be designated. 12.4.2.6 filler metal. The side of the AWS classification number of the filler metal available shall be designated. Electrical characteristics. Current and polarity shall be designated with the range of polarity and amperage for each side of the type of the electrode shall be used with the specified position. The specification shall designate a roll or position weld. Direction of the weld. Position of the welding only. Specification shall designate whether the welding is performed uphill or downhill direction. Time between pass. The maximum time between the completion of the root bead with the start of the second bead as well as the maximum time between the completion of the second bead and the start of the other bead shall be designated. Type of line and cleanup. Specification shall designate with the line on cleanup of the internal external no clamp is required. Cleaning the specification shall describe the joint end of the inner pass. Cleaning required. 12.4.2.13 preheat treatment. The methods of which will be heated with minimum temperature. Start with the weld. Minimum ambient temperature below the preheat temperature is required shall be specified. Post weld heat treatment methods. Methods will be heated minimum maximum temperature. The temperature control methods. Post heat treatment specified. Alright, 12.4.2.15 shield gas flow rate. The composition of shield gas and the range of flow rate shall be designated. Shield flux, AWS classification number available, if available, the brand number of the shielding flux designated. Speed of travel, the rate of speed of travel, the inches per minute, which shall be specified each pass. 12.4.2.18 other factors. Other important factors may be necessary proper operation of the process. The effect of the quality of the weld, quality of the work produced shall be designated. It will include the location, angle of the arc, submerged arc welding, the contact of the tube, work distance, the oscillation width, and frequency. Essential variables. General welding procedure must be reestablished. The new procedure specification must complete with the requalified for the essential variable to 12.5.2 for the changes other than listed in 12.5.2 may be made in any of the procedures need with the requalification provided with the procedures specification revised to show changes. 12.5.2 change of the requiring requalification. 12.5.2.1 welding process. Change of the welding process established in the procedure specification constitutes of essential variable. 12.5.2.2 pipe material. Change of the pipe material constitutes of the essential variable for the purpose of the standard of the carbon steel that shall be grouped as follows. Specified minimum yield strength less than or equal to 42,000 pounds. Specified minimum yield strength from greater than 42,000 pounds but less than 65,000 psi. For carbon steel, specified with the minimum yield strength greater than or equal to 65,000 pounds. Each shall have received a separate qualification test. 12.523 joint design. Major change of the joint design, for example, the V and U groove change beyond the range established for the procedure specification. Such factors as spacing, root face, angle of bevel constitutes essential variable. Wall thickness, change of the wall thickness beyond the range established in the procedure specification constitutes essential variable. 12.525 pipe diameter, change in pipe outside diameter beyond the range established in the procedure specification constitutes essential variable. 12.526 allowing change of the filler metal constitutes the essential variable to change of the one filler metal with the group and another. The pipe materials and specified minimum yield strength greater than equal to 65,000 psi. Change in the AWS classification filler metal. Change of the filler metal may be made with the group specified in 12.522. Items A and B with compatibility with the base material filler metal should be considered with the standpoint of the mechanical properties. Alright, 12.527, the size of the filler metal wire, change of the size of the filler metal wire constitute the essential variable. 12.528, time between pass, increase of the minimum line between the completion of the root bead and the start of the second bead constitutes essential variable. 12.529, directional weld, change of the directional weld with the vertical uphill, vertical downhill, vice versa constitutes essential variable. 12.5.210, shielding gas flow rate, change of the one shield gas to another from one mixture with another constitute the essential variable. Increase the degree of the range of flow of the gas rates established for the change of the gas also constitutes essential variable. Shielding flux, refer to table to one footnote with the change of the shielding flux constitutes essential variable. Speed of travel, the change of the range of speed of the travel constitutes essential variable. Preheat, post-heat treatment requirements, change of the preheat or post-heat treatment requirements constitute an essential variable. 12.5.214 electrical characteristics, change in electrical characteristics constitutes essential variable. 12.5.215 outside orifice diameter, orifice gas composition. For plasma arc welding, change the orifice gas nominally compensate and change the orifice diameter. Alright, 12.6. Qualification welding equipment operators. Each welding unit and each operator should be qualified in the procedure with acceptable welding using qualified welding procedure. Completed weld shall be tested by destructive method. Non-destructive method, the both shall meet the requirements of 6.4 through 6.7. Each operator shall have received adequate training with the operation equipment and starting with the weld and shall be thoroughly familiar with the equipment as he operates identical welding units. The additional replacement may be qualified. Non-destructive testing production welding procedure involves more than one operation on one operator. Each operator shall be qualified welding units on which shall be with the production weld. 12.7. The record of the qualified operator. The record shall be made with the tested and by 12.6 over the detailed result of each of the test forms similar to shown in figure 2 shall be used with this form shall be used to develop and suit with the need of the company, but must be sufficiently detailed to demonstrate for the qualification test meet with the requirements of the standard listed qualified operator, the procedure to which they are qualified to maintain. Operator may be required to requalify if a question arises about the competency. 12.8. Inspection testing of the production wells. Production wells shall be inspected tested in accordance with Section 8. 12.9. Acceptable standard for the non-destructive testing. Acceptable standard for the non-destructive testing shall be in accordance with Section 9 of the company's or at the company's option of the appendix. 12.10. Repair and removal of defects. Repair and removal of defects in accordance with Section 10. 12.11. Radiographic testing. Radiographic testing should in accordance with 11.1. Chapter 13. Automatic welding without filler metal additions. Testing.